YA. Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
We're being in a spinning whirl.
Hey y'all, we got a brand new camera, but the
But we're
Facebook is just
spinning.
Oh, what's up, Spooky brothers and sisters?
Hello.
Anything, I want to apologize for definitely YouTube Tuesday. After COVID-19, we're now back to normal, and that's why we're late today.
You
Is
think
because
we're really back to normal?
Also, what I want to say is tonight, so you got to bear with us. I'm going back to 6 days a week working, and so you definitely have to bear with us. If we're going to be late a few times, just please go on YouTube at YAJ Effect on YouTube, and you can subscribe and like there if you missed the show. I always make sure that I do it during the week, so that way everybody can watch the show. All right, let's begin. Love you grandbabies and love you kids.
My kids and my family. And all them.
Happy Father's Day to you all. Happy Father's Day, fool.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy mixed day with you.
Mixed day. I had Mother's Day, now it's Father's Day.
That's right. And I want to wish my nephew a happy birthday. I don't know how old he is, but he's my nephew.
Oh, that's right. My kid's birthday is 25th, which is Thursday. They will be 23.
Yeah, we had Amanda on a couple times. Yeah, 23 years old.
They're getting old.
They're getting very old. All right, let's
I'm
begin.
getting young.
Because I'm tired. It's been a long day at work. Guys, if you when I mean a big picture, I mean that
a picture beer.
If you can't see that, I can't believe I found out that one of our coworkers, he was in DC today, and they still protesting down there.
It's to be over.
Still protesting in Richmond. But the whole thing about it is, and I applaud you millennials, you know, because this affects you more than ever, because guess what? Today is Father's Day. I lost my dad in 2014. Veronica Rose lost her dad in 2000 something, 12, right?
I think it was 12.
12.
13, 14, somewhere in there, and then I also lost.
All right, well, you need math on your personal time. Anyway. And but the whole thing I want everyone to understand is that this is Father's Day. A lot of people who've lost their dads, they're role models, they're providers, they're the guides. The thing that I want everybody to understand about Father's Day is this, that, you know, even though COVID-19, even though the protesting, the removal of all statues, and, you know, all the things that are going on, I want people to understand that it's still Father's Day, the most basically underrated holiday ever, because no one really gives the male respect. They're starting to do it now, but that's because most males will either get beat up in court or they're dying. They're dying early. They're not even getting a chance to even enjoy their kids.
Well, maybe the mothers need to get out there and start cooking dinner for. They like cookout, so you cook on the grill and let the guys sit back and chill out.
Yeah.
Have their drinks and let them do their thing, or put their feet up and do things for them.
Yeah. I mean, look, guys, it's like this. How many of you have lost your fathers? You know, how many? The whole thing about fathers, and I want everyone to understand this, that whether you're a stepfather, whether you are a fill-in father, even if you pay your child support, that still makes you a father. The ones I don't condone are the ones who don't do anything. Anything. Fathers are the most important more than a mother, because the thing about fathers is this: they have unbelievable strength that people think that we don't. Remember, while she is crying in court, going, "Oh, he broke me. Oh my God. Oh, he is just such an animal." Remember, he is going through that storm because guess what? He's the one not being protected. He's the one going into battle alone with no armor, no backup, no weapon, bullets flying. Everybody forget all this stuff. See, we always focus on women. Let's focus on the men. There are men who are actually doing their thing for their kids through all costs. And I cannot hold guilt anymore for what happened in the past. But as long as, like I tell my daughter, I'm available. You can either text me or call me. I'm available. My granddaughter makes it a point to call me or text me back and say, "I love you too." The whole thing about fathers is that they're that missing piece of a void. Because Antonio and I always talk. It's how is it that a mother can walk away from a child and automatically get that love back? A father, why we have so much resentment? Because to make you, it took that particular father. It didn't take the stepfather. It didn't take some fly-by-night guy or one-night stand. It took that particular dad to make that particular child. So if anything, be mad at both parents, not just one. And I noticed that through some of these talk shows, through some of these books, and I noticed through talking to other people, everybody's always angry at the father, but not the mother.
Well, you get angry at the father because they're not there. They're not there.
And sometimes the mother ain't either.
Well, I'm speaking for the part where if you were a child and the father wasn't there, it's because, if the father doesn't try to see you, or the father doesn't try to call you, or the father just walks away and goes get another life and just forgets about you, yeah, it's hard.
Right.
And that's why you kind of have regrets for the father. But, on the other hand, you got fathers out here that want to be with their children and want to spend time with their father and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been divorced. I have 2 kids. I was mad as all get out with my husband, and I really didn't want the kids to go see their dad, period. But I knew that they had to go see their dad, and I knew they're the ones that had to make their decisions of how they feel about their dad and me. You can't play and they use pawn for back and forth,
right?
Which is wrong, and it's not right.
Right.
These kids have feelings. They remember things. They don't forget.
Right.
And trust me, quite a few things for that side. And when one parent puts the mother down or the father down, if the kids are old enough, they're going to say something to you. They're going to tell you as they get older, that's not right. Well, I'm sure the other one does this and that. No, they don't. It has to be one parent that's going to be civil and say, hey, yeah, I would tell my kids your dad would make me mad, or he'd do things that just, really pisses me off. But ever put him down as he's a real da-da-da, or he's a da-da-da, this, that, and the other. I don't ever recall saying things like that.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Understanding what makes a father or a stepfather. Fathers, everybody, look.
As long as you got a father that's there and somebody that loves and cares about you, cares for you, and is there for you, yes. Now, I know a lot of people's going to be on here going, well, their dad doesn't do it. If their dad is an alcoholic, a really bad alcoholic, or a bad drug, does a lot of drugs, or is abusive, or is just really, really a dad that they really do not need to be with, then I could understand that you don't want your children with you.
How about the key?
I got that.
How about the key one? You picked that douchebag. You picked that douchebag. You slept with that douchebag. You had a child by that douchebag. That's a no-brainer. Why don't we just say that what it is? Let's go with number one. You picked it. Just like he picked you when he had that child. You say you weren't crazy, but somehow you became crazy after that baby was born.
Well, women do change after they have kids.
I guess. I'm just saying.
Their bodies go through a whole lot of stuff.
I'm just saying. Look, here, look. Men, don't be sorry for what you did. Don't be sorry what's in the past. Move forward. Because regardless, at the end of the day, you're still a parent.
And do men actually miss their children and stuff like that?
Of course.
Yes, they do.
Of course.
They
But
might not admit it, or they'll walk away and people are like, well, they just don't care. They don't care. They care. They might show it in different ways. And they probably show it in ways of like drinking or doing other things that they normally don't do.
shh. Buzz Lightyear just flowing in. Guilty card.
Oh my gosh.
Guilty card. What's the one thing that women love to play? The guilt card.
Not all women.
I'm not talking about good women. I'm talking about those women. The card they love to play.
Yeah,
What's the other card they love to play? Oh, it's Father's Day weekend. Oh, we're busy. We're going out of town. Birthdays. Oh, I didn't have them last birthday.
No, you
Holidays.
split the birthday in half.
You're supposed to. But see, remember.
And
You're not-
honestly,
Really?
no, I'm going to say this. Honestly, if one of the parents want to put you in jail, if it's his time, he has every right to pick him up. If they got the paper, you're divorcing that, and it's his time, and you deny him of his child, he can call the police, and they have to go with their dad because it's his time.
But it makes it worse the next time.
Why would it
But
make
look,
it
that's a whole nother.
Don't get me-
another thing.
Don't get me started on this.
Look,
Because I'll go off
Yeah,
on
well,
this.
that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. All right. Let your kids know you care. Let them know that you love them no matter what.
Don't be scared to show affection.
And that's why, again, this is why I clap for the millennials. Why? Because remember, when our grandparents and parents protested, or if our parents ever did, remember, they left all the white people who stood beside them in the protest, let them go. These millennials are hand in hand with these white people today. And they're protesting together because they all grew up together and they understand the equality that's going on. When you make that baby with that psychopath ex of yours or that psychopath woman you love so much, when you make that baby, it's supposed to still be a union. I know that not everybody has a great breakup, but still, it's not about you, it's about you and the child. So all your emotional bull needs to go to the wayside. If you want to talk bad about the other parent, do it behind closed doors where the child can't hear it.
Go outside on the phone. Or if you're talking to the child somewhere else, then do so. But do not do it in front of the child.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what, as the kid gets older, I don't care what you say. Sooner or later, they're going to want to meet the other parents.
Right.
And they're going to find it one way or another.
Right.
And I got news for you. Those that you punish, you think you're punishing the father or the mother, if they didn't do anything majorly wrong, you're punishing that child 10 times worse than you're punishing that parent.
Right. Because the reason why I say all this before I finish this is because remember, Philandro Castillo, routine traffic stop, was shot in front of a little child, his daughter. Shot, not once, multiple times. And if you play the video back, what she said to her mother was, "Mommy, please calm down. I don't want you to get shot too." We all forget about these moments. Florida, where Mr. Badass with his gun, because he pushed him off of his woman, he wants to shoot while he's sitting on the ground. Need I go on? There are a lot of men out here who's been taking their lives, and it doesn't, I'm not speaking of specific colors. I'm saying specific things. where a child has to watch their parent get executed, whether they're getting executed by another parent or by someone else. But yet, this child's life has to change forever. Where's their guidance going to be? Gone. Single parent homes, where's their guidance at? If you don't have a strong parent, you're going to have a weak child.
Well, and you have people that go through a divorce and have children, and sometimes it's hard for some people to go through it, and they feel that if I can't have you, then nobody can have you, and they decide to go and take care of that. That's, people really need to sit back and think about things.
No, they need to be an adult.
And just like, well, it's like this, like they say, divorce is like a death. And it is. Divorce is like a death. When you've been with somebody for so long, and even though neither one of us died, it's the point that you're separating from something that you've been around for so long, and then all of a sudden you have to go do your separate things and do things totally different than what you have. And especially when you're sitting there, and I know for me, when I got divorced and I went to go look for something, I'm sitting here going, I know exactly where it's at. Guess what? I'm not even in the house anymore. And it's not where I thought it was. And I don't have it because you split up, took half stuff went here, another half went here. You just got to step back. Anger can take over very quickly.
Yeah.
And you've got to step back and let the anger go away.
Right. I know everybody, you were looking for us at 7 o'clock. We're truly sorry. All right. I'm wrapping this up.
Wrap it up.
Father, we always forget the Almighty One, the one who created us all. We definitely forget about him. If you ain't got a earthly father, you got a heavenly father, the one we all seem to keep forgetting. But a father, love, strength, commitment, teaching. Walk beside your kids. Don't let your kids walk behind you. Walk beside your kids, because it all goes back to teaching. Just like God walks with us. We just refuse to be taught. Notice how I said that. Guidance. Point your child in the right direction. Notice that. That's a key. Pointing your child in the right direction. Because I'm trying to figure out how any child goes into the game direction. Because the father's life is so short, the expectation of a father is so short that, the father needs to make a game plan, not the mother. The father needs to make a game plan in case of his absence. Let me tell you where I went wrong. No child should ever feel like they're the man of the house. That's not your role. Your role is to do what you're supposed to do. Go to school, get good grades, get out of there, and go to college.
Get good education and make something of yourself.
That's the role of a child, not to fill a grown man's shoes.
Yeah, but a lot of these kids, when you go through divorce, has to grow up very fast.
That's because the mother's weak.
Well, no, not all mothers are weak.
I'm just saying, because no mother should be appointing a child to be in that role.
No, you shouldn't appoint a child to be in that role. But
Right.
A lot of the kids feel like they have to step up to be that way. And you need to tell them, look, I've got this. I'm here for you.
Right.
I understand you want to be there for me. This video of this little boy, they keep showing, and that he's been growing up.
Mhm.
But your kid
Didn't have. Whether he was alive or dead, it's still I didn't have one. And the thing that I instill and I'm trying to show, because what I'm showing you is that I'm being your parent. I want you to learn what I'm trying to do here. You're not going to listen to nothing I have to say. That's fine. Then watch what I do. And I'm trying to show you how to improve your life. And if you don't want to learn, then I can't help you on that, because these are your steps. I can only guide you in the right direction. I can point you the way to go. But if you chose to veer off, don't look back and get mad at everybody. The things that my dad did teach me was basically you can't get mad at a bad decision because you made it.
You're gonna get mad at yourself, nobody else. But
and
yourself.
learn and move on. I'm just saying. Guys, have a great Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Sorry the show was late. Sorry
Happy
for
birthday
YouTube
to the
Tuesday.
ones that are having birthdays.
Yeah, sorry for YouTube Tuesday. Like I said, bear with us because it's going to be back 6 days a week. So
We'll get it.
we'll
make
get it.
We got there.
You know, it's summertime.
Yes,
YHJ.
summertime. Woohoo!
YHJ.
Holla. Everybody have a good one.
YHJ.
This weekend. Happy Father's Day tomorrow. Sit back and enjoy it. Put your feet up. Oh, Lord. This one just needs more voice.
And I saw Toy Story 2. I started laughing. To infinity and beyond. Shut up, Woody.
You know what?
Shut up. Shut up, Woody.
I'm not Woody. 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 What's her name?